Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a closer look at the Overlord movie, or rather the lack of it, why it is somewhat controversial now, and why it will be even more controversial when it releases, and what the movie even is all about. But before we're going to do so, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, as well as all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's start with the most pressing question. When will the movie finally release? And I'm afraid that I have to disappoint you. As of yet, even though the original Season 4 was released about a year ago, we still don't have a release date for the Overlord movie yet. Which is a shame, because Overlord with its 4th season was really enjoying a bit of a hype there. But I digress. As of yet, we only have the posters and the 12th and the 13th light novel to go by, which brings us to the first controversial thing here, because the Overlord movie will be essentially a prequel. And no, we don't get to see Einzelgon in his time back in Yggdrasil Online or in the New World, but the Overlord movie has already kind of happened at the end of Season 4. While, for example, the Konosuba movie adapted what happened after the 4th novel, or the end of the 2nd season, by adapting the 5th light novel into a standalone movie. Likely so they could adapt the Darkness Heavy Volume 6 and 7 into Season 3, Overlord has cut out 2 entire novels with round about 600 pages in total to adapt into a movie. And the reason for this is that the 10th Overlord volume and the 14th Overlord volume are closely connected, so it makes sense to adapt them into a single season, so that we all could witness the rise and fall of the Great Philip. But that left out one very vital character, and some rather crucial developments in the wider world. Not only did the 3rd season skip out on Draudilon Auriculus, hence why I'm using Noe from Fire Emblem as a stand-in, for she is essentially the same archetype as Draudilon, but they also left out why the Holy Kingdom even became an ally of the Sorcerer Kingdom. So once Zanek and Renner in the 3rd part of Season 4 talked about what happened, and why the Dragon and the Holy Kingdom were now supporting the former isolated Sorcerer Kingdom, they had to basically spoil the entire outcome of the movie. And as you might have guessed, this is a very bad thing to do indeed. For those who have read the books, will know that the survival of some of the characters were not always guaranteed. After all, this is Overlord. So having one of the greatest cliffhangers at the end of the 12th novel in the series just spoiled leaves kind of a sour aftertaste. And this is where the troubles just started. See, the Overlord and the Konosuba movie will have roughly the same length, but the Konosuba movie just had to adapt less than 200 pages, while the Overlord movie will have to adapt more than 600 pages. So they have to cram twice as much content into the film. And this is why I'm fearing a lot of the good scenes will simply be left out. And in the Konosuba movie, the scenes where Aqua discovered the Game Girl alongside Kazuma were also completely gone, which again has way less source material to be adapted. I personally fear that all of the relationship with Nea and Shizu will basically be rendered short or non-existent. And again, the relationship is what made the 12th and 13th novel so special. Shizu Delta was, and of course still is, without any facial expressions or changes in voice, since she is an automaton, so basically a robot, while Nea Baraya has the same large and grim-looking eye rings that I do. And thus is oftentimes perceived as being angry or in a foul mood, despite her just looking like she always does. And it's beautiful to see that these two come together as friends, and form a wonderful relationship with one another. Nea Baraya, and this much has to be said, is even receiving headparts from Shizu Delta at one point, and I just love their senpai-kohai dynamic, which by the way also stretches to their arms. Shizu Delta, the older and more experienced partner in the relationship, wields a spell gun, while Nea, the younger one, is armed with Einsulgon's bow. And this is really the biggest problem I have with the Overlord anime in general. There's just not enough of it. Imagine Mushoku Tensei. Yes, I finally have watched the grandfather of Isekai being crammed in just 13 episodes. It would lose all of its breathing room, which sadly also applies to the Overlord anime, and will also likely apply to the Overlord movie. Nonetheless, I'm still excited to finally see the glorious Remedios Custodio being smart and intelligent, and the good Prince Caspond helping to free his people. And with that said, now it's your turn. What do you think about the movie? What are your hopes and fears? Please let me know down in the comment section. And with that said, I say my special thanks to Arder Daddy Arder, Bad Guy Yi, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Ferashivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Oh Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantom, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.